Hello again, MMA True Believers. I am Jason BURGOS for Sherdog.com, and tonight my guest will make his return to the Octagon after a successful debut in September. After having his next booking up in the air for the last few months because of the coronavirus pandemic, he steps back into competition at UFC Fight Night 171 on May 13th. And that is Montana's own Hunter Azure. Hunter, my man, thanks for the time tonight to talk your latest fight in the UFC Octagon.
Yes, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. I'm just excited for this.
You were one of those early fighters affected by postponements and stuff like that, because you were set for the original UFC 249 here in New York. As things have played out since March, where things get postponed, then UFC tried to do the Tachi Palace stuff, then that got shut down, and all the way up to now. What was it like for you not really being sure when that next fight would come, especially having not fought, like I mentioned, all the way since September?
Yes, so I mean, 8 months off, that's a long time. And then preparing for that fight in, April 18th, preparing for that. Then I was excited. It was a great matchup, good card to be on. And then as things got closer, I mean, this pandemic came and things started getting shut down. It just made training pretty crazy, like where I was going to train, the gyms. It took some practice partners away from me, so it was just tough to. I just had to keep in my own head and just keep a clear mind and try to look for the future and just try to stay positive about it all.
When you got that call that your fight was a good to go, was going to happen, and you'd be back on the 13th, was there relief? Has this 8-month layoff with closings also because of all these businesses because of the pandemic, has it started to put like a financial stress on you and your family? And was it just like a relief not to just be fighting, but I need to make some damn money?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely needed to make some money. I mean, it's hard to go 8 months without getting paid. So, but thankfully, my girlfriend, she has a job. We both help each other, we support each other. So it was good. We aren't broke, so we don't have no problems there. I mean, we both spend our money right, and yeah, things are great. It was a relief to get the call for this May 13th. Just going through a full 8-week camp, man. That's rough. Getting ready for that April card. So, but man, I just take it as best I can, and just being able to have a week off and get a call and just get right back to training. I mean, I feel like it was great for my body and just a good mental thing.
And I'm glad you brought up that your girlfriend was the one working and stuff like that, because a lot of fighters do, especially when they are in the beginning of their UFC career or before the UFC career, will have side jobs and full-time jobs to subsidize what they do. Were you not working just when you stopped doing a side job when you started fighting the UFC, or was your primary source of revenue and finances for the last bunch of years always been fighting, and you've never been one of those guys that are doing side jobs and stuff like that while fighting?
No, I was working before until I was in the right spot to not be able to. But as of I got into the UFC, I knew I had to just primarily focus on fighting. I knew sometimes there might be struggles or it might be tough, but man, in order to get to that top and be a top fighter, I mean, I got to put some struggles and some priorities aside and just focus on that.
What was your training like? Because you just mentioned training. What has it been like throughout April, especially with gyms all over the country? I mean, all over the world almost closed. When the fight got postponed, did you stay in camp in like a camp-like regimen, keep going? Did you stop because you didn't know when you would fight next and had to quickly like rev it back up once the fight was official? And also, did you stay like on diet throughout the last 2 months to just in case you would get that fight?
I definitely stayed on my diet. After 8 weeks, I actually had a son right when they canceled the card, the day after they canceled the card.
Wow.
So I just took a couple days off, like 4 days off, where I did nothing and just ate properly, recovered my body, let things heal, hydrate back up, get my weight normal. But I had a feeling that I was going to be getting a call soon when they got things rolling again. Dana White was working hard trying to get these cards going. I stayed talking to my manager, just told him I would stay ready, stay my diet clean, stay ready as I could. But as a gym wise, we had to follow the rules, like keep it to a 10 people limit. So I just had my coaches in, have a few of the training partners I needed. I would go to some buddies' garages. We would roll, hit mids. We just have some fun, just get work in. And I just love being outside. So I was making sure I was hitting the mountains and running and climbing those things, and just keeping my cardio the best I can, taking care of the things I know I could.
And I've seen so many fighters, like on social media and stuff like that, doing outdoor things and different types of things because they're not used to, are able to do the normal stuff they would do for training camp. Has it been when you've had to maybe make some new additions to your training for a camp that you didn't have before? Has it been like exciting and kind of energizing in a way, and doing a little bit different things and doing some maybe in ways old school kind of training for a fight?
Yeah, I mean, it was still fun. I just had to look at the bright side, man. I'm one of the lucky ones that's able to train and be able to get in there and get my job going. So, man, the opportunity that I have, I just took it, rolled with it, and I'm a dude that's always in shape. And like I said, like there's no off season. After a fight, I still keep doing things. It's just more about being smart then and not working too hard or hurting yourself.
In Brooklyn, you were set to face off with Umar Nurmagomedov, a fighter like yourself, and being an unbeaten blue chip prospect looking to gradually climb that ladder, gain more experience. Now you are instead getting Brian Kelleher, a 30-fight veteran who's fought a lot of talented fighters in his career. When each fight was originally suggested to you and you accepted those fights, did one interest you more than the other? Did trying to solve the Umar puzzle and give him his first L sound fun, or getting the test of fighting that established name in a Kelleher? Was it that next progression up in your career? Did one was more exciting than the other when it became official?
No, not one was more exciting. Man, when I get a fight, I'm gonna come out there and just be the best martial artist I can be, and that's what I'm looking for. No, solving the puzzle is, yeah, they're two completely different styles, but same time, I can't be too worried about them. I got to be out there and be the best me. So, but Brian's more experience-wise. Like you said, he's fought a lot more experienced fighters, been in the UFC. So that fight, I guess, did excite me because he's ranked higher than me. He's fought those people. So it's just that's going to be a great win for my record.
Kelleher is a tough guy to get a bead on from like fight to fight. It feels like he has wins in his career against guys like Julio Arce, Renan Barão, O'Day Osborne, but he's come up short against guys like John Lineker, Marlon Vera, and also a rising talent in Montel Jackson. When scouting him with your team, do you see a clear weakness in his style that he consistently has been exploited in those losses, or even in looking at him and looking at tape and studying him, how he performs in each fight differs, and it's not like an obvious thing with him. He almost goes up and down to his opponents.
Yeah, exactly. Like we definitely took a lot of looks at his losses, his wins. Man, I see his guillotine. That's the best thing he has to offer for me. I feel like I beat him everywhere, and like 10 losses in your career. I mean, that's a lot. I just feel like he doesn't have the heart I have. He doesn't have the cardio or the mentality as me. I'm the new up and comer. And I'm going to prove that next Wednesday.
Like I mentioned before about the 30 fights and stuff like that he has as a pro, so he's seen a lot. He's seen damn near mostly everything you can offer in this sport over a long career. Do you feel you offer him something he hasn't seen, or is this fight more about just simply boiling down to strategy and making use of the different things, like you said, the guillotine, avoiding that things, and the strengths you have? Is it more of just a strategy thing instead of really giving him something he hasn't seen before?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not no special fighter where where I have all these spin stuff or tricks. I train hard. I know how to win. I have a big heart. I'm gonna go out there, push the pace. I believe he can't handle that. And just Yeah, man, I'm the new age coming up, part of them. So it's just on me to show that and just go out there and have fun doing it.
How are you feeling about your weight cut under these unique circumstances we're all under? Do you feel better off than other athletes in different parts of the country are dealing with their different various restrictions, or are things, far different than your normal cuts, and you are trying to make the best of the situation? I mean, you look very shredded right now. I'm guessing things are going pretty good.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling great. I feel healthy. I'm eating super well. I mean, I don't know if you knew, but they bumped us up to featherweight for this bout.
Okay.
So coming from the camp, getting ready for 35 with Umar, then being able just to rehydrate, feed my body properly, like that just recovered me much quicker and just gave me excitement to hop right back into a camp, like not worrying about a weight cut. I know I'm bigger than Kelleher, but I've been training. My weight's been good, so this weight cut to 45 is going to be cake, and just excited for it. It's just about showing up and being healthy now.
Was there any reason why they told you that it was going to move up to featherweight? Was it something with him? Was it just they didn't want to see guys getting too much weight? Like, why did they make you guys do that?
Well, as far as I know, I wasn't really having an offer. No one was stepping up on short notice. And Kelleher, I mean, he straight up messaged me and told me they offered him me, and he told me he couldn't make 35 on 2 weeks' notice. I don't blame him, especially with everything going on right now. I don't know how he was training or not, but man, we're just both men that want to fight. We want to go in there, get paid, and just put on a show. So respect to that, and I was excited for 45. Let's do it if that's what the only fight option I had.
I mean, I figured maybe because he's a New York guy, similar to me, and we're going to be like that last state in terms of like loosening restrictions. So maybe he wasn't able to get the normal weight cutting equipment he usually would use. So maybe that's it. But that's interesting. He messaged you. Are you happy to see that the UFC is conducting legitimate COVID-19 tests for everyone involved with this event? Does it bring some mental relief? And are you prepared for your eventual pretty much nasal cavity swab that they're going to give you in a couple days?
Man, every time I watch that nasal swab, man, my eyes tear up. But no, I'm happy that we're all getting tested for it. Especially, like I said, I just had a newborn. Mm-hmm. He's going to be 4 weeks old tomorrow. So that's just good for our family, for me to go get tested and be under the right circumstances with the health and stuff. So, yeah, I'm glad we're all doing it.
Have you felt those changes maybe on a psychological level or just a biological level, like those father changes now that he's here, he's alive? Like, have you felt like, damn, I gotta keep this thing safe? Like, this thing is so, it can break easy. Like, have you felt those changes in your life automatically over, even though he's still so young?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he came out, things changed. Before the Katona fight in September, we found out we were gonna be having a baby, so that was exciting too, and a good energy to bring. And then now having him born before this next fight, dude, it's just a lot of good energy. It wakes me up with joy. It makes me want to go train. And then when I get to come home and just relax and chill with him, it's amazing. And just, man, it's just all going to be for them.
Have you gotten the joys of being vomited on or pooped on yet?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think he broke that the first day he came out, man. Peed on me, yeah. Threw up on me, does it all.